listening to the Daily Nugget, dnugget.com for April 26th, 2024. It is Friday free for all.
Woo! And we are free.
You made it to the weekend, whether you're listening to this on Friday or you like to binge them over the weekend. That's usually what I do when I actually have a little time. Mm-hmm. Either way works.
I listen to it on the way to school with my children and force them to listen.
And what did they think?
Well, my son often groans, or he asks the questions. He will sometimes ask the question, "Why is this funny?"
Now, to be fair, he's on the autism spectrum, so he asks that about everything.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay, never mind. So we really aren't funny. I was trying to give myself the benefit of the doubt.
He finds most teenage boy things funny. So, and I am not teenage boy things.
Well, he's not ready for our higher level of humor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure.
So some would call it that, but I'm not sure I would.
We are on another level, much lower than the rest of them.
Yeah, in humankind.
I should introduce all of us. I'm Andy, loyal producer Sam, fearless producer Sam is here. Janelle, who is representing Janelle and Jenn.
Right.
Jen, we're hoping we'll be back soon.
This is a big job over here.
Well, and now it is.
They have to be a two-headed monster.
Well,
I know.
And speaking of being funny, Janelle, you've got to do it. You got to be funny. Right? It's and now it's story time with Janelle.
Wow.
Story time with Janelle.
Surely I get
where
a
Janelle
better
tells
theme.
a story.
No. Okay. All right. So, whatever. I don't know. I don't know if I like that introduction.
In our show notes for today,
you made it sound all creepy.
Janelle's bonehead college stunt. And those are her words, not ours.
Yes.
We took that from a previous episode. I don't even remember which episode it was.
I don't even.
But I remember we were talking about dumb things Andy and I did in college.
Yes.
And then we were going a little long, and then Janelle mentioned that she had done something dumb in college, and then she didn't want to talk about it. So we put it in in a future episode. Which
should indicate to you that I don't really want to talk about it. Why would I want to make all these confessions on the air?
Well, I mean, I made a confession earlier this week that I pooped in my parents' bathroom
he
with
left,
no water on. So
he left a deposit.
Well,
that he was not able.
It was more of a drop off.
I am going to say
it was not complete.
My activities in college were before Christ, so there we go.
And before social media, hence why we want the paper trail.
Yes,
that's why. Don't worry, the statute of limitations for any crimes is passed.
Okay.
But now we can look back and say, boy, I'm surprised I'm alive and that I, am not I'm not in jail.
You might just want to not tell everybody where the bodies are buried.
I didn't do any of that.
Oh no, she paid out for that. She hired out for that. She was smart. Yeah. She never did the dirty work.
It's actually where Jenn is right now.
Listen, I did a lot of bonehead things in college. I'm just going to say.
Just like?
One of those, well, probably the one I was referring to and thinking of the time was I lied consistently to my parents, telling them that I spent the evening at the library.
Oh, and what were you doing?
The library had no books. I'm just saying. It was termed a library for other various alcoholic reasons.
Oh, I was going to say, what did you go to a college in Oklahoma and they just don't have books?
No, this was a Christian college too. It was.
Oh, wow. What college did you go to, Janelle?
In the library.
It's not a college anymore, actually. It was in Winfield, Kansas.
It's now a nunnery.
Yeah.
Winfield.
Kind of almost like that.
Isn't that Southeastern?
Southeastern is there, but also they had a private school called St. John's College. It was a Lutheran establishment.
That's why you were drinking. Okay.
I'm not proud of those days. I did not go to college to get a degree in alcohol, but I fell into the wrong crowd. Just saying. And yeah, so.
Janelle
I did a
falling
lot
into
of
the
dumb
wrong
things.
crowd.
I did a lot of dumb things. I'm not proud of either. So, but here I am. So I survived.
So what was your bonehead college stunt?
So many. I had so many. One time we had it. There was a group of us 7 girls, and we all went out for pizza, and we challenged each other who could eat the most. And I won. I was so proud of myself because I won. We were so sick after that.
I was gonna say, I've won a food eating contest with others before. How many hot dogs did I eat, Sam?
15 hot dogs.
Oh my god!
I remember that day. I got 6 of them down, and I felt so sick. And then you and our leader one of our leaders was going head to head, and he got 11 down, and he was I'm pretty sure he threw up. And then Andy got like 15 down, and the rest of us were like, oh my gosh.
And this is before Sam and I were really friends. So I'm pretty sure this is kind of what started cementing the friendship. Like, that guy can eat. I can eat.
Yeah. Okay. Hot dogs on top of that. Gross. Anyway, so, you just pull dumb stuff in college. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if everybody does it. I'm sure there's some brilliant scholars, that actually go to school and learn something, but it was not for me.
Well, their definition of rebelling is probably different than yours.
Yeah, I know. It's true. Yeah.
I do remember, because we went to a Christian school too. I do remember hanging out at my friend's house on Friday night. What we would do for fun was we'd go to my friend's dad's house, and we would watch reality TV shows, the dating shows back in the early 2000s.
Oh, that's right.
They're so good. And we would do our own bingo cards. We were kind of wild.
Oh, yeah.
They're kind of wild.
By the way, if you're listening, hi, Josh.
And then
that was before you and I were really friends.
Yeah. And we would take pictures because our friend's dad, he did have like a lot of alcohol, but we didn't actually drink it. We would just take pictures of us holding the can open, or the empty, or not the full cans, and just pretend like we were. That's how rebellious we were. We're like,
so rebellious.
We're gonna make it look like we're drinking them.
Yeah, I think it must have been after you got that speeding ticket. You just kind of went like uber good boy.
I didn't even get a speeding ticket. I got pulled over.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the police officer scared me straight. He looked at my driver's license and he goes, Is this where you want me to send the casket?
Oh,
real? I think you ever told me that.
I was only going 10 over.
Now in Minnesota, if you go 15 to 20 over, you're not going
over. Oh yeah. This was a different time. This was a different time. And
Andy went like super like straight edge. Like I remember if our dorm room was slightly too loud, he would go across the hall to basically a janitor's closet that was the war room, and do his homework. And we were like, where did Andy go? And then we would find him doing his homework with headphones on. And like,
block out all the noise.
Remember when you were fun?
I don't think I ever was. I honestly don't think I ever was. I wish I had more Janelle in me. I want to be more
rebellious
like
spirit. Yeah. Okay. No, you don't really want to be.
So what? Okay, so you had some bonehead things in college. What turned it around for you, Janice?
Well, I had children. I pulled some bonehead stuff all the way up through marriage, all of that. Not like ridiculously bonehead stuff, but no, it was just like I wasn't very careful with my life. And now I am. So yes, Jesus made the difference.
Well, and the children.
And he'll do that.
The children, yes.
Sometimes he does that through the children.
Yes. And I realized at that time that I was living a duplicitous life. So I just said, I can't tell my children not to do the very things that I'm doing myself and telling them it's okay. So
I tell my kids that all the time.
So I just decided to quit cold turkey. Just that's it.
Than I am.
I'm glad, Janelle, that you still must have learned something in college because you just used the word duplicitous.
Yeah,
True.
You like that?
So you must have been sober during English class.
That's a big word.
And that's the nugget. If you want to share your best college story.
Duplicitis.
Oh, man. Let us know. nuggethatemail@gmail.com. I think there's actually some other ones that one time I didn't have enough. I had to beg for money because I ran out of money. I went to a John Rubin concert.
Nice.
And it was somewhere outside of the Twin Cities. And afterwards we went to Perkins and they were there too, John Rubin and his crew. And I was going to pay for part of their meal because, I appreciate them. And then I found out that I only had like $6.10 in my bank account. And I'm like, well, I can't pay for you guys and I can't pay for myself either. I don't know how I got away. I think someone ended up paying for me. But that was the moment where I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I guess I actually need to keep track of what money's in my bank account.